I said, hey yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Mojados, and we're back with another video. Hope you guys are doing well. Today we're gonna be jumping into Bitcoin price action. It's been a while since I've uploaded a video, but I'm happy to, be back, make a video. This is probably gonna be the only video I do because I'm extremely busy. Pretty much before the market tops, right? So a lot of people are expecting this to go very, very long. They're thinking it's gonna be a super cycle. I would love for that to happen, but I just don't think that's gonna happen. I'm gonna be showing you why. So it's going to be, a long video. So for those people with short attention spans, they're probably not going to make it to the end, but this will be value packed and a lot of things here for those who are really curious and want to be on top of their game. Every single detail in this video is going to be extremely important. So again, we'll be going over a bunch of altcoins, one that I think has 50x potential. We're going to be talking about XRP, BTC, and why I think we'll only have one last leg up before the market, of course, tops out. So, of course, starting off with BTC, the head honcho, right? And right now we just look at it again. There's 5 waves up here for Bitcoin, and even in the 5 waves, you can clearly see, 5 waves in every single major wave, right? So the sub waves add up nicely. You have clean corrections, and then you have again wave 3 being the longest, having that clean 5 waves up in it as well, clean subdivision. And then right here, you have this correction that either looks like a neutral triangle, it looks like some sort of flat, some sort of double correction, whatever you categorize it as. It doesn't really matter because, again, however you count this, you're going to still have 3 waves up and one last wave pending. So I think we can run all the way up to as high as 120K. That's my cycle top projection. Of course, anything higher than that, would be actually insane. So I'm very confident in saying that around 120,000 is the max top, projection for this cycle. Of course, absolutely, I could be wrong. But again, as a trader, someone who has actually pivoted on my stance for Bitcoin, because again, if you guys have been watching on my channel from way back when, I was actually calling this wave 3 up here when we stopped right directly at 48,000. I actually thought we were going to make new lows. But again, after seeing the correction play out, after seeing the relationships throughout the waves, as traders, we make those adjustments, right? And that's why it's so important to continue to look at data, continue to understand, and be kind of like a trader who has an open mindset and pivot your bias, right? Because guys, if we look back, I called the bottom here on Bitcoin way back in February 2023, or actually January 2023, and I made a video all about it, right? So we called the bottom on Bitcoin, and then we actually called new highs from the low there, because I remember we ran from 17K all the way to approximately 30,000. And then over here, after the C wave formed, we never actually touched the low. It was a clean flat, and I called for 39,000, and everybody at that time was calling for 12,000 because they thought a new low was going to happen, right? And on the way up from there, I actually thought 39,000 was the high. We're going to dump back down. But again, guys, this is what I mean. You must pivot. You must understand, as traders, you look at data, you look at what's being presented, and you pivot as needed, right? So of course, August 2023, again, people are calling for all types of bullshit, right? I don't know what the hell or how they're coming up with certain numbers. I believe that we're going to get shy of 100K. Again, a psychological big even, which we did get up to, very close to, and then actually had a major dump right after 100K, which is kind of funny. We fell back down to 91,000, but again, we're back at 101,000 now. So the point of this all is not that I'm trying to act like I'm the smartest person in the room. The point of it all is we have our bias, but again, we must look at what's happening. And even though I project $120,000 Bitcoin, I'm still, gonna be updating the markets as needed. Because again, if we see a major move up here in one candle that takes us straight to 140,000, then that means there's more steam behind this move, more momentum. So as of right now of this recording, it looks like we're probably going to stop at around 120,000 because again, in Elliott wave, the rules are each major wave, 2 of the major waves is going to equal each other. So basically, in layman's terms, is either wave 5's distance is going to equal that of wave 3, which takes us to basically 120,000, or it's going to equal wave 1, right? And technically speaking, if you were to put wave 1 over wave 4 right now, wherever you decide to put it, we kind of already hit that target, but we're continuing up right now. So I don't believe the top is actually in just yet. I think that we have the chance to go up to 120,000, and that's kind of why I came up with that target. So again, just following Elliott wave rules, and I don't see the fifth wave subdivision yet. So again, that's kind of why I believe this 3 was completed, which is a very clear wave 3, right? Wave 3 is usually the longest, and then seeing wave 4 play out like a flat correction here, we're starting to see the beginning of wave 5, which is going to be nice and slow and choppy. And usually when it's choppy, guess what? Bitcoin dominance is the key indication that you want to be focusing on. Right now, when we look at Bitcoin dominance, guys, it is at a perfect resistance, right? We had 3 candles finally breaking down, and this has been something that has been like very difficult to track, because as it's been breaking down, this whole way up, I've been hoping it breaks down, but it just kept cinching its way up. But again, we finally got the rejection we wanted. We're finally seeing a clear breakout, and this is your back test. So literally, guys, this is your backtest rejection of this 8 EMA, which is a clear support and also can act as a clean resistance. So we're seeing that flip, lots of volume on that as well. So we're probably going to start seeing this continue to break down, and that's a great sign, because this is basically your divergence where Bitcoin is going up in price, right? And we're seeing dominance starting to fall down, which means that altcoins are going to start taking the market share, and altcoins are going to start altcoins are going to start outperforming Bitcoin. So again, just pay attention, and you're going to see all this play out in a slow, fashionable manner, and it's going to be amazing to see this, because again, this is where the big gains are made. This is where people make life-changing money, or as some of my friends say, wife-changing money. Whatever you like to call it. So again, just be real diligent and definitely position yourself in alts that you think are underpriced, because we are going to see a big drop here for altcoin or Bitcoin dominance, and altcoins are going to continue to gain the lead. So this is going to be fun to watch. So that's kind of where my mind is on Bitcoin. I think, again, one last leg up, 120K. But the money here right now in this moment of the market is going to be in altcoins, because DOM is starting to break down. So that's something to watch out for. Also, let's talk about my dear friend XRP, guys. So I've not made an XRP video in a while, and it's kind of funny because, guys, I've been buying XRP for practically 8 years, 9 years, right? Whatever you want to call it. And the whole time, for those who have actually been around for that long, or if you're new, right? XRP has been hated for multiple reasons, and it's kind of funny because, again, even when it was being sued by the SEC, like the Ripple SEC lawsuit, they tried to classify XRP as security, which was just funny. And back then, I still believe that this is a couple days after, they said that XRP was a security. I tweeted it out, right? And guys, this has aged like wine, right? Because today we look at XRP, guys. The thing that I've been talking about the most on Twitter, again, if you're not following me on Twitter, links in the bio. I don't know what you guys are doing. I started a thread way back because, again, I identified 3 levels, and again, pure documentation here. Every single month or two, a week or two, I just shared this line, right? Because basically gray resembled the main level that would either act as a support, and the red box was a resistance, right? So basically, like I said before, like you got to pivot, you got to be, one with the charts and not get stuck up on a bias and marry any bias, actually. So it's important, right? And throughout this whole entire thread, what you'll see is just the same thing over and over again, right? Just basically saying nothing has changed. Price is still, sitting at current levels, right? Because again, red is resistance, green would have been the area to buy, and the gray box was neutral because it didn't act as support nor resistance. And then we finally broke above the level, again, as you can see, where we held it really well. And I've been talking about this 2,000-day range for a very long time. And it's kind of funny that, nowadays, there's so much people like so bullish on this chart. Meanwhile, like, guys, look at the engagement, like so much views on it, but like nobody's engaging with it because nobody believed in XRP at these times, right? And that's kind of exactly what you want. Like now when I get no engagement on posts, I actually be like, okay, maybe this is a good thing. As long as the chart looks good, that's all that really matters, guys. And even back in January 15th, before this breakout, literally like a year ago, I was assuming targets of around 945 because again, in a triangle, they say the base of the triangle is usually the target of the triangle. So again, throughout this whole entire thread, just talking about how we were going to start finally breaking out. And again, like, 2,500 days of consolidation, the breakout will be violent. You have been warned. You cannot have such consolidation without equal and opposite reaction. What don't you understand? 546 views, 4 likes, right? And so again, it's kind of funny. And then finally, we have a massive breakout. And this is what leads me to the chart right now, guys. This is stunning, gorgeous. I love it, okay? I love it so much because guess what? We are sitting at the old, 2021 high. We already broke that level, okay? And now we're resting above it, right? We've reclaimed this level that used to be resistance as support before we continue even higher. And currently, we're actually at this resistance. And the next time we get above here, guys, you bet that we are going to start flying straight to all-time highs, guys. And it's kind of insane to think about what's actually happening because again, if we just look real close to this chart, it's very obvious that this breakout was going to happen. Because again, this consolidation above the green box, because that's what the whole point of my thread was on X, was that we had this green box. That was the main support resistance area. As long as price was trading above that green box, then that was a clear buy. But no one wanted to actually buy at the time, and now everyone's rushing in, which is just hilarious to me because that's herd mentality, right? So again, as we're watching this finally break out, you can say, okay, where are the targets for XRP going to be next? Now, on the weekly time frame, right now it's consolidating. It's had a very massive 4 candle streak of straight brutal price action to the upside, 6x's from 50 cents to almost $3. And now again, we're consolidating because again, like when you run, you have to breathe. And that's kind of what a pullback is. Doesn't mean it's going to stop, but it usually means that we have to recharge. We have to get ready, before we continue. It's like sleep, guys. So again, right now, as it stands, we could have a prolonged correction, but when you kind of boil it back down and look at the 4-hour time frame, it does look pretty nice, right? Like this is like some sort of head and shoulders, if you want to call it that. It's not the cleanest, but again, we'll have to see how this actually plays out. But ultimately, it does look pretty nice, right? Like it looks like it's getting above this trend line, and hopefully it can maintain that momentum to the upside. RSI does look nice too, because the RSI is actually forming a inverse head and shoulders as well. So I would like to believe that it's going to start going to the upside right now. It's going to take some time, but the breakout is going to be magnificent because XRP is known for violent, brutal price action to the upside. Not many pullbacks, and if there are pullbacks, they're usually short. So the ones that last pretty long, then you can say, all right, that's going to be part of a bigger correction, and it's very easy to trade too because of that, right? Because the longer it corrects, that we're probably either wrapping up a wave 2, if you want to call it that. Like this looks like a wave 2, and then we're going to start seeing a wave 3, 4, and a 5 start playing out. So we'll have to see, of course, how that all like unfolds. But right now, I don't have a clear count on it. But I do think major wave 1 is definitely completed, and we're either completing 2 right now or 2's already done. But we'll have to be patient and see the breakout because again, I don't want to get ahead of myself. And right now, the targets for XRP are very, very hard to come up with. I know a lot of people are looking to take profits at 10, 9, 7, 8, and even 5, which is also fine. Like by all means, we're all going to be taking profits at different levels, but the top is going to be a whole different ball game. And I don't really have a clear target until we start trending higher, right? For me, it depends on how high Bitcoin gets. If Bitcoin runs to 120,000, guys, we can look over here and basically say, okay, if we're targeting the 10,000 sat zone, which is almost 11K, then that puts us at around maybe 12 or 10 bucks. But if you aim even higher, like the all-time highs of Bitcoin, that's a 10x from current price almost, right? So you're talking about a $25 XRP that could actually happen. So all these numbers are actually insane when you look at this. And right now, I mean, if you just 10x from current prices, I don't even want to talk about what the price would be because, guys, that would be absolutely disgusting. But again, it's just a matter of being patient and seeing how the data unfolds. Of course, have targets, have levels that you want to exit at. Because if you don't, you're most likely going to round trip your bag. And that's probably one of the worst things that can happen, right? You don't want to be seeing $10 and it falls back down to 2. That's not good. So what you want to do is definitely be patient. Look for, of course, certain areas that you want to take profits at. And ultimately, wait for catalysts, right? Because most likely a Ripple IPO might be at top, right? The biggest news that like comes to the market, whether it's good or bad, most of the time is good, right? Like for example, a Coinbase IPO in 2021 actually was the top of the market, right? So all the good news in a bull trend is usually the top. So watch out for some big news for XRP, to happen. So that's kind of one way you can gauge it. But also, I'm looking for 5 clean waves that I don't see just yet. So we'll have to see it all play out. But guys, the market cap already made a high already. It's already pretty much reclaimed the support over here at 110 billion. So we'll have to see again how this plays out. It can play out in so many different ways, but I'm not going to get too ahead of myself. Even XRP ETH looks absolutely disgusting. Reclaiming this level here, getting ready to prep up even higher. Do we make a high against Ethereum? It's very possible that we run up another 5x here before again reclaiming the number 2 spot. And I can't even imagine and fathom what's going to happen even when we break the all-time highs, because the amount of FOMO that's going to kick in is going to be incredible, guys. Like, I mean, absolutely incredible. So we'll have to see what happens. It's going to be fun, but ultimately it's going to be a game of pretty much patience and, of course, just resilience at the end of the day, right? So moving on to ETH. ETH is also holding very, very well, right? It's holding above this level here. We've actually been talking about ETH since $900 if you were following me on X. And I do think that ETH is going to start moving soon, especially as Bitcoin dominance starts to break down. ETH usually steps in, and I can see this running to around $5,000 very easily. So something to watch out for. Also, stablecoin dominance. This is the level that usually should hold, and we should start seeing this like range before breaking back up again. The same way we saw in 2021. So this is looking a little bit different. The structure looks very interesting, but stablecoin dominance is probably going to start rising again, and we should expect the market to fluctuate in here. That's kind of why I was able to know a correction was inbound a little while back, if you followed me on X. And again, it's just very important that you stay patient and watch out for good entries, because these entries will come to you guys if you're just patient. And I just want to talk about a few altcoins right now. But actually before that, total is looking absolutely beautiful as well. I think the highest, guys, we get to is around 5.5 trillion this cycle. I do think it's possible to go even higher, but I don't know exactly where we go to. 5 trillion is going to be magnificent once we do hit it. But again, it's going to take some time, and I would love for it to go even higher, but I don't know if it does, guys. So we'll have to be patient. We'll have to see what happens. Total 3 is also looking amazing. This is altcoins excluding the top 10, I believe. And then total 2 excluding, I think, Ethereum. So this is all looking good. Hasn't made an all-time high just yet here, but altcoins have, right? Because Ethereum kind of underperformed. So that's why you're seeing total 3 that it already passed its previous all-time high. Total 2 didn't, because Ethereum is kind of lagging behind. So, again, it's going to be fun to watch. And it's going to take some time there. Or actually, I'm sorry. I think I mixed up something. Let me see. I'm trying to, there you go. So total 3 is actually, without Bitcoin and ETH. And then total 2 is everything without Bitcoin. So total 3, yes. So I was right. Okay, I was like, wait a minute. Something ain't right. Yeah, so total 2 is including ETH, and so I guess I was on the money on that. Basically, ETH didn't outperform. And then others over here is everything including the top 10 hasn't really touched the highs here. And I think that's because, again, Solana and XRP did a very good job of bringing pretty much total 3 to all-time highs here. And I think that's going to actually continue because, guys, at the end of the day, guys, if something's performing really well, stick to it. Buy it on pullbacks, because it's going to continue to do well until the end of the bull run. So, yeah, it's going to be fun to watch. But time to talk about some juicy altcoins, right? What else are we looking at, guys? HBAR, I've been on the money, called it at 4 cents. I mean, listen, guys, I'm literally at this point, I am tooting my own horn right now, guys. This has been my favorite cycle because I've been performing so well. And honestly, guys, it's incredible. And I'm happy to share this with you guys for those who are, again, getting this far in the video. I'm sharing this with you guys so you guys can extract some value. I'm showing you how I think about things. Maybe it might help you. But HBAR looks phenomenal. And I do think this continues to make a new all-time high soon as well. It's pretty much coins like HBAR, XLM, XRP, QNT, Algo, they're all following the same trend. So when those run, guys, they're all gonna run together. Other coins that I believe in right now are things like Crown. This is very, very clean. Hit $2 and then started falling, and then we're sitting in this accumulation zone. Oh, I got a phone call. Let me hang that up. And so basically it's in this accumulation zone, and as we hit this accumulation zone, we're making higher lows here. So this is a sign that we're starting to get higher, putting pressure on the bears. And you can see here that we finally broke through that wall there, right? This resistance. We broke through it, and we basically weakened the wall. There's a big hole in that wall right now, and in this resistance. And yes, there was a sell-off that followed it, but this looks like a retracement that's going to continue pushing back higher. And this is just a good chart, in my opinion, especially a game that has as many players as it does, and it's only sitting at 100 million market cap. I think this is absolutely underpriced, disgustingly underpriced, and I continue to buy every single time I can, right? Because again, I think that this can run all the way up to potentially $20 and even 50 if it goes crazy, right? Because right now it's sitting at 100 million market cap, and if it hits 10 billion, which Axie Infinity did last cycle, that would put it at $50. So again, it's going to be fun to watch. I could be completely wrong, but this is a flyer that I'm willing to take every single day of the week because of all the on-chain metrics and the fact that the game is, you know, as good as it is. So again, this is a very clean and, you know, nice structure. Again, breakout above, you know, the resistance. We did see a fall or a sell-off after it. Is this resistance? I don't think so. I think we're going to gear back up. And it's only going to be a matter of time before we start getting to new highs here. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun to see that play out. And then one other coin, guys, or actually, yeah, I've been talking about this since back here. So even at 30 cents, I was shilling it. And right, I think it hit like 67. But this is pretty much the pattern you're looking at right now for Crown, just for full context. So yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. I've been buying all this since 50 cents. So in February, so I hit like 50 cents back to $2, and then it fell back down again. I've been just consistently buying because I think it's extremely underpriced, but that's besides the point. Looking at one other coin, Bonk, guys, this one is going to be probably amazing. I think Solana gets his ETF, and I think that Bonk outperforms Solana, guys. This is April 18th of 2024, guys. Pretty much Bonk fell all the way down to 1100. And I was pretty much able to scoop that up right on the wick, guys. So every single time I'm telling you guys, like, yo, we're killing it the cycle, we're literally catching bottoms. And that's exactly what happened on Bonk there. Bounce off the low, chop sideways, and then we see a breakout. And I think right now we're pretty much bouncing off this level, which is acting as a support. Because as you can see, this was like the resistances before. So, you know, we're going to probably see this breakout all the way up to 9,000. And that's pretty much where I'm going to have my sell orders. I'm going to be dumping all my Bonk up there. You guys can see my alerts up here. So we'll see what happens. Until then, you know, it's going to be fun to watch. XLM, another one we've been bullish on for a very long time. If you're following me on X, of course, it's not like a broken record. If you're following me on X, then you see everything that I'm talking about every single day. I don't really upload that much on YouTube, guys, because I've been just so damn busy. This is probably going to be the only video I do until the end of the bull cycle, most likely, because I'm telling you guys, we're going to have one last leg up, and then after that leg, it's over, okay? And altcoins right now are looking good. Even Doge looks good. I think we might have a chance to fall to 34 cents, but even then, that's a buy because we might go even higher. And then let's see what else. Tron is another one that I bought way back around 6 cents. I mean, it went all the way up to 44. I actually liquidated my whole bag around 40. So that's for the people who are in this YouTube video watching with me. I was buying all the way back here, guys, because I found out that 90% of all USDT transactions were happening on Tron. And guess what? We saw a magnificent rally, and I actually was able to exit somewhere around this wick, and that was just absolutely phenomenal. Link as well, guys. Who in the world was following me when I made videos on Link way back over here, guys? Because we actually nailed this area. We copped at $5 and $6 and even $7, and now it hit $30, right? So, guys, from way back, like in the bear market, guys, I have videos there for you guys. I've written articles on my website about Link, talking about why it's an amazing coin. I even have a dedicated article, guys, talking about Link. So literally, if you just go to my profile, you'll see that I've made videos talking about certain coins because I believed in them pretty much before they ran. And so, you know, it's kind of funny to see how this all play out the way it has. And again, there's just so many coins right now that are gonna get really, really like big runs. I mean, I don't hold any algo, but we called the bottom on algo over here at 8 cents. Like, all this stuff is on X verifiable. And again, I am at this point just tooting my own horn because, guys, you guys got to be ready, because as we're gonna get like this last leg up, alts are gonna go berserk, and I do not want you guys to be standing there holding your bag because no one told you that you should be looking to take profits. Plan your exit strategies. Get ready to exit the market, because you will get crushed if you do not, guys. It's as simple as that, you know. So yeah, I mean, pretty much, guys, a lot of alts are going to do well. Focus on the alts that look very good, lots of strength behind them. I've mentioned XRP, and I like it for a lot of reasons. We're probably going to get to all-time high soon, and maybe go even higher than that, probably 12, 13, 14, 15 bucks. We'll have to see. ETH going to 5K. Crown, I think, has potential to get all the way up to 20 bucks, right? Bonk as well, getting all the way up to 9. And then, you know, I think there's just so many coins that are going to go so much higher right now, because right now, pretty much for all coins, you know, just one last thing I guess I'll share is going to be a total 3, right? So let's pull up total 3. Yeah. Right now, a lot of altcoins are doing this, right? 1, 2, and we're stuck at 2, right? We have not seen 3, 4, and 5. Basically, 3, 4, and 5 are going to be explosive. This leg, wave 3, is going to be insane. Altcoins are going to go berserk. So once they do, guys, you know, you want to be positioned accordingly. And then we're going to see 4, you know, pretty much that drop for 4 take place. That's usually where Bitcoin is starting to have a lot of dominance being lost in the market. And even in this wave 2 to 3, you're going to see Bitcoin dominance getting absolutely hammered. And then 3 to 4 is probably going to be a moment where Bitcoin may put its last leg up. But then 5 is basically the moment where, you know, altcoins start outperforming really, really hard. And you're going to see divergence in Bitcoin's price, where Bitcoin essentially is retracing, and you'll see altcoins pretty much making a new high, right? Like basically this will be Bitcoin, it will be at a high, it will retrace, but it won't make a new high, but altcoins will make a new high. Once you see this divergence, you better exit all markets immediately, because that's pretty much the last leg of the market. And this is what I'm saying, guys. We're in wave 1 to 2 right now. We're getting ready for 3. 3 is going to be absolutely explosive, life-changing money. And then wave 4, and then once we see wave 5, that's when altcoins make a new high and Bitcoin is retracing before Bitcoin obviously falls to new lows, and that is when the whole market starts getting obliterated. So that's pretty much it, guys. It's as simple as that. I've said a lot of things in this video, so, you know, props to those who made it all the way to the end. But, you know, there's going to be a lot of money to be made, and you just got to be patient. You got to hold on to some good coins, and that's pretty much it, guys. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. Like and sub if you have not already. It's free and it helps the channel. And as always, hodl, hodl, hodl. Peace.